Ha! Welcome to episode 6 of WTF. I'm Matt Prophet, and as always, this is my brother, Ryan, who today is censored. Today is the Nick Versailles episode, where we give props to our good friend, Nick Versailles. Now, we're going to get right into the episode today with Chaps My Ass. And people, do you know what really chaps my ass? People who always seem to disagree with you. Now, I'm sure all of us know at least one person who is a very disagreeable person. And most of the time, the reasons for people disagreeing with you aren't very good. I have an example for you. We got two people. I made these names up. We have Amy, who is a big Derrick Rose fan, and she always has good reasoning. And we have Cappuccino, a huge Kobe fan, who has crappy reasoning. Now, one day, Amy and Cappuccino talk about who is the best player in the NBA. And Amy goes to Cappuccino, I think Derrick Rose is the best player. He's a good passer, he's a great floor leader, and he knows how to score around the basket. And then Cappuccino turns around and goes, Kobe's the best, because he's Kobe, and he's a babies. Now, Cappuccino, I'm sorry, but Kobe's a babies is not a good reason for Kobe being the best player in the NBA. So please, people, if you're in an argument over who's the best player in the NBA or anything, please have good reasoning. Don't just be disagreeable, just be a douche. And that's what really chaps my ass. And now it's time for the Fantasy Football Minute. There's not much to talk about this week in the league, Chicago Fantasy 2011, so I'm going to talk about the league Make It Rain. And this week in Make It Rain, we have a huge matchup in between Rated V for Violence and Big Ass TDs. The winner of that game will get the last playoff spot in my league. So I am pulling for Big Ass TDs this week. Buddy, we're pulling for you. Hopefully you'll be in the playoffs with me, this guy, and Jim God's Heroes. And that is the Fantasy Minute. Now, the Heisman ceremony is this weekend. And people keep asking me, Matt, who's your Heisman pick for this weekend? Well, my Heisman pick is Monty Ball, running back, Wisconsin. And let me tell you why. Here's some stats for you. This year, he had 2,000 yards of total offense, 38 TDs, and he even threw for a passing TD. Enough said. But he most likely won't win it. And it's a damn shame. But to me, Monty Ball was the best college player this year in college football. And that's my Heisman pick. Now I'm going to go into my NFL upset pick for Week 14. I have the Minnesota Vikings beating the Detroit Lions 28-24. I believe Percy Harvin has another huge game. He gets like 140 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns as the Vikings beat the Lions this week. The Lions are just a mess right now, and Dominican Soon being suspended is not going to help them at all. And now it's time for the very popular quote of the week. This week's quote of the week comes from Herm Edwards, former NFL coach. And it's, "You play to win the game." So anybody, if you're in the Fantasy Football League this week and you're already out of the playoffs, just please set your lineup, play your best players, because remember, no matter how bad your team is, you play to win the game. And I'd like to take this time to give a shout out to my boy Nick Versailles. We're all pulling for you this week against Rated V for Violence. I hope that, like I said before, I hope they can make the playoffs and join us in the playoffs. It'd be nice to have you in the playoffs. And then, I also want to close with, stay classy, everybody, and why can't we all just get along? What the hell's objection? And that's the show for tonight, people. Good night. Peace out. What do you think?